Tiffany Barwick's parents still wonder how they missed the signs, how they so seriously misjudged their daughter's new boyfriend.
When he'd come to the house, you'd have to tell him to sit down, otherwise he'd stand over by the door.
But how could they have known what he was capable of?
911, please fire medical.
3 people have been shot. There's going to be another dead body pretty soon.
What do you mean pretty soon?
I shot them and now I'm going to kill myself.
At 19, Tiffany was spirited and outgoing, an actress in her high school days. Dreaming of a nursing career, she left her small-town roots in northern Florida for Orlando and the University of Central Florida, where she met Andrew Allred. Shy and reclusive, he was her opposite.
Did you think it was strange that they hit it off because you thought that he was a little bit odd and she seemed to be bubbly and vivacious?
He was really sweet to her when they first met. It was cool because it was the first time I had ever seen Allred act like that.
But Charles Bateman says his longtime friend had a dark side, and he soon lapsed into angry, moody, bullying behavior. Allred, he says, rarely wanted to go out, unlike his social girlfriend. Andrew was turning 21. His childhood buddy, Michael Rushak, was turning 22. Michael's parents, Chuck and Janice, say their son had grown close to Tiffany, even socializing with her when her boyfriend refused. That would push Allred over the edge. Jealous and angry, he began hacking into his girlfriend's computer journal.
He had discovered that Tiffany was going to break up with him, and so he decided he'd beat her to the punch. And he threw her out in the middle of the birthday party.
He's like throwing her dresser drawers over the fence, and he threw the laptop, just throwing everything that she owned out.
The scene got uglier. Allred, drunk, sprayed his friends with beer and tossed rocks and firecrackers at Tiffany and others. Then Michael Rushak confronted his friend. In the days that followed, Andrew cut off contact with Michael and begged Tiffany to take him back. He began obsessing about Tiffany and Michael's relationship.
You guys flirted constantly the whole time we were together. I'm sure you still do. I can't stand that you're sleeping with him.
Well, I'm not interested, and neither is he.
You promise you've never touched him, and he's never touched you, and it'll never happen? That is something I can't and won't deal with well.
It hasn't happened, and it probably won't.
Probably?
Psychologist Jill Murray treats victims of dating and domestic abuse and has written several books on the subject.
Did she do the right thing? Did she handle that right, or should she have just cut off contact with him altogether?
Instead of going back and forth and letting him rage on and on and on for a long time on that instant messaging, she should have just gone offline.
But Tiffany stayed in contact, enduring aggressive, vulgar, even abusive comments from her former boyfriend, who was convinced that she was sleeping with his former best friend, Michael Rushak.
God, I hate you. I hope you get an STD, whore.
Then a chilling threat. Andrew emailed Tiffany a picture of herself riddled by bullet holes from a .45 caliber gun he'd just bought. Next, he changed all her computer passwords and sent vile emails to Tiffany's friends and parents, making it appear the emails came from her. On September 24, 2007, Tiffany couldn't take it any longer. She called the sheriff's office.
I want to talk to someone about pressing charges against an ex-boyfriend. He won't leave me alone. He's harassing me online. He's just calling me a whore and telling me that I deserve to die. And he's threatened to kill my friend today. He's threatened me in many ways. I will say domestic abuse. I want him arrested tonight.
Andrew wasn't arrested or even questioned that day. By evening, Tiffany was gathering with friends for a cookout. But Andrew Allred, now in a jealous rage and at his breaking point, had his own plans.